Okay, good morning, everybody. This is the Tennessee Talks webinar on ideas for AAC telepractice. I am Vicki Haddix. I am an SLP and a clinical associate professor at the University of Memphis. And I have been doing AAC telepractice only since about March and learning along with everyone else. And here we're going to share some techniques that we have found helpful. And along to help me out today is my graduate assistant. You can introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Emily Pierce. I'm an SLP graduate student at the University of Memphis, and I help Vicki out with the grant.
So the first thing to know about AAC telepractice is that, or I think telepractice in general really, is having your session organized in Google Slides or PowerPoint is a huge bonus for you. To have everything nicely organized and put out has been incredibly invaluable in keeping things on track. So during this presentation, we really are just going to show you some examples of how we've done that. So our first example, this little guy, for privacy reasons, we'll call him S. And this was his kind of greeting screen. And this particular sessions, these set of sessions that these slides were developed for, we were working on the concept of going fast and going slow. He's really got the core vocabulary word go now down, so we're adding to that. And he uses pro quo. And we have also figured out that for purposes of engagement as well as just continuity in the session, that using these short little videos that were done on the iPad to model these kinds of carrier phrases or things that we're going to be doing a lot of modeling of during a session, it's easier to just kind of import those videos into your Google slide deck rather than screen sharing the activity and then stop that screen share, go to the iPad screen share, stop that screen share, go back to it. It gets messy and you lose the engagement. So being able to just hop on here and play this 13-second video.
Go. Fast. Go fast.
And you get those 13 seconds of modeling in without all of that screen share back and forth. Also, I used assistive touch on the iPad so you could see where my finger was touching. So then we have some gifs and gifs, I never remember how to pronounce that, that we have talked about previously. He is a big fan of horses and motorcycles and fire engines. They all go fast. And again, here's the visual with that. And then same general idea with go slow and some visuals with that. And now here we get to the what do you want to do today? And this first one is one of my favorite things I have discovered since we all went to teletherapy, the Chrome Music Lab. And there are bunches of wonderful activities you can do. But for the purposes of go fast and go slow, this song maker one works really well. Just stick a bunch of music notes here. And then you can adjust the tempo. If you are not a fan of marimbas, there are a bunch of other options. I happen to be a fan of marimbas, so we'll leave it there for now. And then you can play. You can adjust the tempo to go fast. And obviously to go slow. You can also add some drums, different kinds of drums, electronic blocks. I like the Congo. And once again, go fast and go slow or somewhere in the middle. What we have also played around with, and you can do this officially by split screening, or you can just kind of move your windows around like I'm doing now. So I can go back here and play the video if I wanted to, or the model that we're going to go fast now, or I can do it on the Jamboards that we have for him. So Jamboards are another Google tool that's free that you can get right in the same place in your Google Drive. And it has this wonderful laser pointer tool. So you can model go fast. Go back to here. Adjust the tempo up and go fast. Or now I'm going to go slow and adjust our tempo back down. Go. You can also use this if you're going to work on colors. You can use it to work on, so we put something near the top or near the bottom. A bunch of different colors here. You can request I want more yellow. I want more pink on the top, or pink on the middle, and well, I guess you're going to go for red on the bottom. But you can use this for a number of different preferences and expressing communication. And it's also just, quite frankly, a lot of fun to play with anyway. So going to the next choice on his activity. And we have a YouTube video. It goes fast and goes slow. It also goes high and goes low, and you can sing underwater. I have been a big fan of the super simple kid songs. I have the happy song stuck in my head a lot. But there are a bunch of other really great ones, head, shoulders, knees, and toes, and those kinds of great fun little songs. And it nicely didn't play them out for me this time, but sometimes they do. And one way to get around that is by embedding your video in the slideshow itself. And then you avoid going off to YouTube. Sometimes the sound with this has been funny when we've shared screens, so sometimes you actually do have to go all the way to YouTube, but most of the time this seems to work. And then when we do the happy song or the head, shoulders, knees, and toes, we have a Jamboard in here where we can model the head, shoulders, toes, and we've modified the screenshot to make sure that I have the words that I want. And then for happy and sad, here is, our happy song. And we want more happy song. And having this to model the prompting hierarchy when you're doing AAC teletherapy with a parent or another caregiver there while you're doing this kind of modifies a little bit, because you're kind of prompting the caregiver to do some of the modeling. So it's also been handy to use that, even if the child is not particularly paying attention at the moment, hopefully their caregiver is. And this would be a good time to use more. So that's the advantage of these kinds of, this laser printer kind of stuff or the laser pointer for this kind of modeling within Jamboard. And honestly, that's all I used Jamboard for quite some time, but I have recently been playing around with it a little bit more. And this is an example of other things you can do with Jamboard. So for this young lady, she is very into food and cooking. And so we made up a little recipe for her. So it's kind of a sequencing thing, and she puts her sentences down here. So this is just a little post-it note that I stuck here, the text box, as is this, and this I just inserted from Google Images, which is really easy to do. You can just go to this image tool, Google image search, and I just need a picture of rolling dough. Here they are, lots of different options. Add this one, select, and it just plops right there. So really couldn't be easier to add these images in here. Take that one out since I'm happy with the one I have. And then for step 2, we just kind of put a sentence starter here as she uses her AAC device to tell me what's going on in the picture and what we do next. I add it here. And then towards the end, we have a sequencing kind of thing. So because she's often logging on her mom's phone, I only put 3 pictures per sequence because otherwise it got really small to try and order the 6 pictures all on one frame. And you can do this by either dragging the picture to the post-it note, dragging the post-it note to the picture, or drawing a line between those 2 things. Give her control of the screen, and she can do it that way, or I can share the Jamboard with her, and she can do it that way as well. And then the other thing we've done on Jamboard has been this. Obviously, we use the student's name, not the name. And I have found this kind of setup ideal for this, with the darker background allows the higher complexity for those kids who need it for visual impairment reasons. And you can then kind of move, does this match? Does this match? Or does this match? And they can give you a yes, no answer, or they can just give you a yes when they get to the one that it matches. Like I said, I kind of like this post-it note and dragging it around in the black background, but you could also do it with this circle tool. So this allows you to circle when you want, or delete it off of there if that was not the one you wanted. And then you can also just use the pen tool and draw the letters and the line to match things. So whatever works for your student. The black background is going to be harder to do with this, with the writing and with this, but it's absolutely doable if you just change the font colors. So examples of that. And then let's go back to here, because we never did get to that last bit. And one of my other favorite discoveries has been the shared Tarahale reader. So hopefully many of you know what the regular Tarahale reader interface looks like. This has just added some nice symbols down at the bottom. You have some control over those symbols. whether you want them on the bottom, or top, or side, how big you want the words, how many words per page. You can make anywhere from 4 to 18. Obviously, the symbols get smaller. You have more of them on there, so that's a consideration. However, many 18, and then we have 2 pages of these. So that does make it a little bit easier if your student can handle having that many pictures on here. You don't have as many pages to turn when you want to model things. But it otherwise works. It does not do the reading for you in the shared reader, like it does in Tarahale Reader. So either you choose to read the story yourself, or you can use the text-to-speech that's built into your internet browser or your computer to have it read the slideshow. You can also give control. I can show you. Open Safari on me.
Open.
Sorry, my unmute button disappeared. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So now I have control, and I can say
Go.
go and turn to the next page. And I can say look, or like, or want, or whatever I want to say. And then I can turn the page again.
I like.
Or
Go.
go. And I can move pages too. So I can see all the symbols.
So the one thing with this that I have found is that sometimes it gets confusing whether you're hitting next for more symbols or whether you're hitting next for the next page, because the buttons are right next to each other. So just something to be aware of if you put the symbols on the bottom. But Tarahale Shared Reader has been really helpful. There aren't quite as many options for books in the shared reader version as there are in the regular reader, but I have not had a problem finding books that have worked for my students. So I think that's all for that. The only other thing that I wanted to share quickly is in this slideshow, just another option for modeling. So with this particular client, he's been working on some prepositions. And so this is just a screenshot. He has the touch chat, multi-chat on a NovaChat device. And because it's just kind of a single word preposition, I didn't want to make a lot of videos, and especially not be 12 prepositions here. I thought making 12 videos would be more distracting than helpful. So this is just a screenshot, and then we put just inserted a shape, made the shape transparent, made the border thick, and used blue, and then we can just move this shape around. Oops, not the whole screenshot, just the shape, and move the shape around to what we're modeling. And these little videos are links to things that he has enjoyed. So this Maple Leaf Learning has a bit of song behind it, so which keeps his attention.
Where's the monkey? Where is it? Where is it? In the box. In the box.
So initially when we go through this the first time, I usually will again put this in 2 different windows so that he can see both. And I will model, that monkey is in the box. And it goes through the 3 prepositions here.
Where's the bird? Where is it? Where is it? On the tree. On the tree. Where's the snake? Where is it? Where is it? Under the rock. Under the rock. On, in, and under. Yeah. Where's the apple? Where is it? Where is it?
And then I'll pause here and have him do it independently and switch back if he needs the model again. So it's a nice, it works well that way. And then these videos are the other ones that he has been fond of.
Pepsi's got a low price. That one's way too high. Huh. Thanks.
So these are speech therapy songs, speech and language songs, and there's a lot of them on these kinds of basic concepts. So the music is a little repetitive, but so far in my opinion, but so far my clients have all enjoyed it, and it really is just kind of going up and going down, and going in and going out. So it's great of that kind of practice, and you can go back and model these kinds of things. And I think that is about all I wanted to share for today. Emily, is there anything I missed?
I don't think so. I think you pretty much covered it. We also made a Google Slides that kind of talks about all the different ways to model. I don't know if you've sent that out to everyone, but that's also
I did not, but I will put it in the sharing folder. That's a good idea.
so just gives a little bit more detail on how to add all these things to your Google Slides deck, and it has a video on how to organize your Google Slides deck too.
Yes, and check out Sarah Gregory's YouTube channel if you want many more details on all of this. And we got lots of great ideas from her, and incorporated a lot of them into our therapy. And I'll put that in here, and when we share the recording, we'll put in the comments the link to this folder that allows you to share all of that. So hopefully you found this useful. Feel free to email with questions, and I will be doing office hours on Fridays in most of October. So feel free to stop by and ask questions, or just come chat or brainstorm or whatever you need. Hopefully we can be a resource for you. This is not easy stuff, and we're all adjusting kind of on the fly. So the more we can share information, it's been really helpful to me to talk about this with other people that are doing it. Gotten some great ideas from social media and just in conversations. So yep, feel free to stop by office hours, use the Eventbrite to sign up, and we're happy to talk to you. So thanks for watching.